Vinny Show here. It is September 25, 2018. Figure4online.com/wrestlingobserver.com. Retro Rod Nitro 19 years ago this week. Hopefully this show can continue without this fucking guy mowing his fucking lawn at 8 o'clock.
If you thought the shows were bad.
What the fuck's going on?
What do you mean? Can I plug the itch?
Yeah, why aren't you on?
I'm not turned on. Brian, do something.
Craig, talk.
Yeah. Hey, matter of
what's
fact,
going?
Why does Vinny have no audio?
I have no idea.
You're also really loud in my headphones.
Fucking
That matters.
You're loud in your headphones, but you can't hear yourself.
You're loud in my headphones.
Well, I'm always loud.
It's true. I've been doing this for years. You're louder than usual. I'll keep talking just in case maybe,
Is your cord loose there, buddy?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I can't hear him.
Yeah.
I can't hear him either.
The light comes out when I talk, if that means anything. The bottom green light there.
Okay, I can kind of hear him in my headphones.
Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. Hey, here we go. Better. Any other disasters?
Fuck. God damn it.
We're gonna leave that in.
Who cares?
Okay.
Gives a shit. Got an inside look at,
That's
yeah,
productive.
you know the problem was his fucking volume wasn't turned up.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. The fucking lawnmower, I'm sure.
Yeah,
The lawnmower
I could hear the
vibrates
fucking lawnmower better than I could hear you right there. Jesus Christ, what next? Am I loud?
Yes,
You're
always.
fucking loud.
All right. I think we're good.
Okay. Do you want to go back and listen?
No, I can look at it right here. I can hear you now. What I hear is what they're hearing.
Okay.
So now that we can hear you, they can hear you.
Those poor people.
Because the fucking volume's up now.
You're yelling in my ear, dude.
I know. We ready to go?
Not now. I can warm up again.
All right, let's start over again. Hey, it's the Brian Vinny Show, September 25, 2018. Some fucking guy's mowing his lawn.
Weird.
At 8 o'clock at night.
The sun's down. Shit's black
Jesus
outside.
Christ, what the fuck's he doing?
He must have a heck of a spotlight on his yard.
It's 8 o'clock at night and the sun is down. Why is he mowing his fucking lawn?
It needs to be mowed.
I can answer that.
Oh, really? Rob says an answer.
People are assholes.
Thanks, Rob. Okay, can we get going now?
Vinny wanted to call the cops.
As I said, if one thing was loud music.
And why were you dancing?
Trying to
the
turn
fuck
Vinny
were you
on.
dancing for?
He wasn't turned on. I was trying to. Vinny said he wasn't turned on, so I was trying to turn him on.
Did it work?
I actually didn't look.
Oh, then what'd you do again, Rob, while we're at it?
Don't do it, Rob.
No. No.
That's terrible.
If I take this key, can I stab my eye?
Put that shit away. I don't want to see it on the camera. Can you see that? Those keys?
I can't see those.
Anything else? We're gonna pretend like we haven't even started yet. Get all the shit off the thing. Get rid of that. Get rid of the water bottle.
You can't see. I'm looking at this camera right now. You can't see anything.
Okay, well, I was just saying. All right, let's get going here. Retro Rod Nitro.
My mic is in the right position for once.
I'm not sure.
No, I'm sure. This is exactly where it's supposed to be.
Okay, it's tilted up enough?
I want you, Brian, to acknowledge that, to me, Vinny, that my mic is in the right spot.
All right, I think it's in the right spot.
Okay. I will do anything not to talk about these shows.
Well, we have to.
Okay.
Dude, there's a lot to talk about here.
There sure is a lot to say.
There's a lot to say. Let's get going. Where to begin?
You know I'm going to ask.
No, Vinny, we did the mnemonic game.
Huh? Nitro before Raw, alphabetically. I told you.
You're so fucking dumb, dude.
I told you.
It was a mnemonic game, okay? What could we say about how we do this show? We weren't talking about, it's dynamite, Nitro. What were we saying? We don't plan going in. We do it
Raw?
Hey! Raw goes first.
Wow. Raw.
The fuck good's that gonna do? You're just gonna start over again next week with a blank piece of paper.
You no. Actually, no.
Oh, really?
I keep the header and just change the date.
All right, let's go.
In theory, this will work. Monday Night Raw number 331, September 27th, 1999. A notorious show.
I know why yours was turned down, because I was at the beach. I got it. Okay, go ahead.
You can hear the beach.
There's a reason for it. There's a reason for it.
When you go to the beach, the volumes get turned down.
Listen, when I go to the beach, you are connecting through that box to me at the beach. Okay? All right. So if I leave your audio at that same level that it is here. It peaks on that thing.
I see.
So I have to turn your audio down 10 dBs when I go to the beach, so it doesn't peak the box. Then when I come back, I got to put it back to normal. I forgot.
Okay.
So you were still down 10.
So it's your fault.
No, it's your fault. You didn't remind me. Okay, let's get going here. What are we doing first? I'm just testing you, Vinny. I know the answer.
Do Raw first, it
Thank
says.
you. Okay, let's do this.
Nice. WWF Retro Raw 331.
Already lost my voice.
September 27th, 1999. Show opens with highlights of the six-pack challenge match in the pay-per-view. There is chaos. There are striking
Bedlam.
refs attacking a scab ref.
Ballyhoo.
There's the Bulldog hitting the Rock with a chair. Austin hitting Bulldog with a chair. Hunter pinning Rock. Austin countering the pin, but then stunning Hunter anyway.
Yep, that's what happened.
Okay.
We're on the same page.
Earlier today, Vince and the referees came to an agreement. The strike is over. He told them to take charge.
You know what I wrote about this? Who gives a shit?
Sure. I don't have an answer.
There was a real-life strike in baseball, and they thought that because something was happening in real life, we'd give a shit if they did a storyline about it.
Yeah.
Bullshit. This was a stupid storyline and it sucked.
All it would do was remind people, hey, baseball's on, and they turn the channel.
Yeah, except it wasn't on head-to-head. It was football.
Hunter came out for his promo. He's out there in jeans and a jacket, which he opens to reveal his championship belt. Chyna's out there in a sparkly bikini. So he brags about winning, brags about making Austin count 3, says he pinned the People's Champ. Austin's next. At this point, the British Bulldog interrupted. And he explained that he and Hunter had made a deal that if either one of them won the title at the pay-per-view, they would give the other a title shot tonight.
Clearly this happened on SmackDown, which we don't watch.
Was the Bulldog in the six-pack challenge match?
Or Heat. I presume so.
Apparently.
That's what it sounds like.
So,
What's the name of the pay-per-view?
Unforgiven? Unforgiven.
No, that's the next one.
I wrote Unforgiven.
You're an idiot. Let's see here. Fully loaded. Well, it's not fully loaded. It's not SummerSlam.
Does this really matter?
Yeah, because I'm going to find the fucking results for you. It was Unforgiven, just like I said. The 6 men involved in the match. Triple H, The Big Show, the British Bulldog, Kane, Mankind, and The Rock.
Oh, because Taker left.
Yes, so the British Bulldog. That's right, the Taker's gone.
That's why I was confused.
Yeah, we should mention that to everyone. Taker's gone.
To like May or something.
He's been pulling his groin. He needs to take several months off before he can come back.
I see what you did there. You're so proud.
I have been driving all fucking day. Do you understand? I woke up and I drove from the Oregon coast back to the house, and then I watched Raw. After teaching 2 hours of kids class. So I'm a little bit fucking crazy right now. Let's keep going.
So here is how they wrote their way out of the storyline. Hunter says, quote, I lied to your ass.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Bulldog says he can take Hunter out now or take him out later. They get in a brawl. The referees run out. Vince comes out. He congratulates Hunter on his win, books him in a title match against The Rock tonight because Rock got screwed by the Bulldog. So this is all well and good. Everyone's happy, but then Jim Ross points out, wasn't Austin supposed to get the title shot tonight?
Leave it to Ross to be the tattletale
Oh, the voice of reason
for
as well.
Steve Austin.
So we missed, let's count. We missed SmackDown.
Yep.
We missed Heat.
Yes.
We missed the pay-per-view.
Yes.
Anything else? Was Velocity on at the time or jacked?
I don't think so.
Okay,
And if it was, nothing happened.
In those 3 shows, not only are the New Age Outlaws back together, they're tag team champions.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I don't know when they won the belts.
What?
Yeah. And Kane...
I missed a month.
Kane and X-Pac are back together.
Yeah.
And as noted in the Observer, they didn't even explain that one in those.
No, they just came back.
They're just back.
I guess Shawn Fields is not an anchor anymore.
Bunch of shit happens.
Okay, no, I wrote it all down.
Oh, here we go.
Moolah beat up Ivory on Heat and then beat her up again in Unforgiven. Jeff Jarrett meets with Tom Pritchard. Mankind has balloons and something under a curtain. Oh, no.
Yeah, I got stuff to say about it.
Okay, so to recap, Jarrett meets with Pritchard, Mankind is walking, and then Jarrett and Pritchard are walking. There's no commercial break in there. They show Jarrett and Pritchard, then Mankind, then Jarrett and Pritchard again.
Well, Vinny, I believe that a few weeks ago there was an incident and you said there was no commercial break, and we later found out there actually was a commercial break. So it is possible there was a commercial break right here.
I suppose.
It was just
Do you
surreptitious.
think they've earned the benefit of the doubt? I've made mistakes before. I'll make them again.
Sure.
But I'm just
Who
saying.
cares?
Yeah, just rewind the show.
Fuck no. Ever. Steph and Tess go tuxedo shopping. The women in this crowd loved Tess in his tuxedo.
He wants to look for lingerie.
Can we go lingerie shopping now, he says.
Yeah, she's just so embarrassed.
Giggle, giggle, hee hee.
Does she know they're getting married? Does she understand what this is all about?
I don't think she does.
She is a young, innocent, naive young lady.
Yeah. Let's
Yes.
get married and sleep in separate rooms.
Well, like Ricky and Lucy.
They have separate beds.
But still.
You know, let's get married and live in separate houses.
There's a
I don't want to get too uncomfortable with me and Andrew.
There's a local DJ whose wife lives in California.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
Jarrett, Pritchard, and Miss Kitty came out. Now, Brian, when I got here, you were watching the end of Raw. I watched Raw on Friday night, and I was going over my notes before the show, and it feels like another human being recorded these notes because I have no memory of any of this. So I will do my best to try to make sense of what happened, but let me know if I screw anything up. So at the pay-per-view,
See, I didn't even bother with this, so that's why I don't have this problem.
okay, Jarrett beat up Moolah and May. Then Deborah broke a guitar over his head. This helped China win, but Tom Pritchard stuck his nose in this for some reason.
He was one of the refs because the refs were on
He
strike.
stooged off China, showed a replay, which means China is DQ'd, and thus China pedigreed Tom Pritchard.
Yeah.
Right. So Jarrett challenges China and Deborah to face himself and Pritchard.
Correct.
Okay. Big Show versus Jericho. Jericho brags about ending Ken Shamrock's career. Calls Big Show the biggest waste of sperm in the company.
I mean, that's not true.
That's a very mean thing to say. Yeah. Prince Albert's on commentary running down the big slow. My favorite part of this match is they go to do the short arm scissors and
Yes.
the gotch lift. It just I've seen it done a million times, but it looked like Jericho had no idea how to do a short arm scissors. And Show also had no idea how to do the gotch lift, but he's a giant. So he just muscled him up and slammed him down.
Hey, Train on commentary made fun of Big Show for having a giant head.
He did.
Ironic.
So Show goes for the choke slam, but the referee calls for the bell before Albert has done anything.
Yeah.
He's psychic, this referee.
Well, I mean, there's a giant man on the top rope. I mean,
How many times?
I know, Vinny, but this referee did it right.
Yeah, they're just
All these other assholes do it wrong.
they're fresh back from a strike. He's loaded for bear.
I've said it before, Vinny. If you and I are in the ring together, and I hit the ring with a shotgun, and I aim it at your head, the match just keeps going till I kill you?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's a fucking DQ when that big guy gets on the top rope.
I will add, Vince did tell the referees to take charge tonight.
He did.
This referee took charge.
Good. Good for him.
So it's a DQ, and then Road Dogg, who is back with the Billy Gunn and is a tag team champion, now attacks Chris Jericho. What?
Who cares?
Mankind is talking to whoever is behind his curtain with Stevie Richards in one of the few high points of Raw. Stevie Richards arrives in a tie-dye shirt and says, "Mick, I want to be Dude Love." And Mick spits out his coffee, shouts, "Why?" He says the chicks hated Dude Love. It was all part of the gimmick.
I did love that they had to explain the joke. To all you dumb fuckers out there,
Yes.
Dude Love was not, in fact, beloved by the ladies.
No. But he gives Stevie his blessing.
Yes.
So I'm guessing Dude Stevie is a thing now.
I have no memory of that.
I have no memory of him showing up just
It
like
must
Christian
have been
did.
very, very compelling.
It's just gonna be another character next week.
Probably. Austin arrives. He is, of course, pissed.
Oh, that's right. He's another character every week. That's the way to remember it.
Even more than usual. Cole interviews China. She accepts Jarrett's challenge, warns Deborah to stay out of the ring. Steve Austin comes out, demands Vince explain himself. Vince says, "I promised you a title shot, but I never promised when." He says, "You are going to get the title match at No Mercy."
I'd have to go back. I sworn he did say next week on Raw. But maybe he's like Hunter. I lied. I'm a promoter. I lie.
Well, Steve Austin reluctantly accepts these terms, but warns Vince if he does not get this No Mercy title shot, he'll beat him like he's never beat him before.
Yes, he will stomp a mud hole in his ass like never before and walk it dry. He never likes to leave those mud holes wet.
No.
I don't know why.
Wasted mud hole.
Guess so, yeah.
GTV has a hidden camera in the Main Street Posse.
Can I write what I wrote about this fucking thing?
Can you write it?
Mean Street Posse. Shut up.
Don't yell at me. You said something dumb.
You don't have to point it out.
Oh my gosh.
If a tree falls in a forest,
Vinny, right?
if I say something stupid and you don't point it out, maybe nobody will notice.
This whole show is devoted to pointing out stupid shit.
You're giving me an
Yeah,
aneurysm.
this show, not me. Anyway, the Mean Street Posse are running a train on Terry,
Yes, they are.
right?
That is
Okay.
the story, yeah.
So Rodney went first.
Yes.
He's reclining.
Or at least he finished first.
He's reclining. The door opens. Out comes Joey Abs. He's followed by Terry, and she's got a towel around her. Okay. Now it's Rodney's turn. He's so excited.
Yep.
He begins taking off his
Go
clothes.
third, by the way.
You've never seen a man so excited.
To go
To go
third.
first, second, or third. It doesn't even fucking matter. You
Oh,
never
yes,
seen a guy
it
so
does.
excited. He's ready to go. And Rodney and Joey Abs kick Terry to the curb.
Terry starts to ask for a favor, and they laugh her off. They degrade her. They call her terrible names. They tell her to beat it.
And Rodney cock blocks Pete
He
Gas.
did. He absolutely did.
In this case, I can use that term, Craig.
Sure.
But in this case, it's apropos. That's what fucking happened.
what happened.
I'm not making one moment of this
No,
segment up.
no, this is what happened.
This was fence building to the 10th degree.
So
It was.
They degrade her. She has to do the walk of shame out of the room. And this closes the only part of this I remember 20 years later because the delivery was perfect. In every sense of the term, frustrated, Pete Gas asks his friends, "What are you two beaters doing?"
That's what he said. I thought you were going to mention the line of why I'm always the caboose.
That too.
And say, I remember that line from high school. Why was I always the caboose?
Wow. I thought about 8 different things there. I'm not saying any of them. So anyway,
That's what happened in the segment, everybody.
that's what happened in the segment.
That's what led to this discussion.
Yeah.
That segment.
Vinny, when you were in high school, the train never got out of the station, did it?
That's closer to the truth, yeah. I will add, by the way, that for a guy who only ever wrestles in sweater vests, Rodney is ripped,
Yeah, he's
Sure.
a wrestler.
I guess. So
No, Rodney? No, yeah, he's just a guy.
Joey Abs is a wrestler. He wasn't ripped.
Yeah, well, Rodney's Rodney Lionheart.
He was. That's
You
true.
cannot have the last name Lionheart
Wow.
and not be ripped. Otherwise, he'd always be the caboose.
I suppose so. Steve Blackman versus D'Lo Brown.
Pete Gas is always the caboose.
Touche.
So at the pay-per-view, Val Venus pinned Steve Blackman.
Oh, God.
But Blackman just hit him with a stick.
Are you recapping this fucking pay-per-view? I honestly don't know why you bother, but it's making me laugh. I'm gonna let the people know all this shit that happened on pay-per-view that I didn't see. Well, I'm recapping from what they told me.
Recapped it. It must be important.
Okay.
Sometimes the night before ties into Monday night.
Oh, yeah?
I said sometimes.
So the boot of the week, the boot of the week is D'Lo Brown hitting Mark Henry with a frog splash to win the European title, which is not a boot.
No.
Draws is on commentary.
Oh, how sad.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah. Oh,
Next week is the last one. October 5th. I looked it up because I thought it might be the
I
show.
bet you they don't show it.
But it didn't happen.
Of course they don't. It's a SmackDown taping. The tape has never been seen.
Yeah. So, Draws is on commentary. So they're doing this match, and it's Steve Blackman and D'Lo Brown, and they're all involved in about 18 different stupid feuds. And like I suddenly noticed, this referee has his arm in a sling.
Yes.
He had it in a sling during the
Yes.
pep talk as well.
He's got to earn
Well,
his keep.
that's fine because he's not reffing. I know he had a shirt on.
Sure.
But here,
You're
they
right.
took a guy with a broken arm and put him in the ring.
Vinny.
Match when guys get bumped all the time.
Vinny.
Desperate.
Vinny, the referees are no longer on strike. They have been given their autonomy back. He needs only one arm to count. He can do this job.
So in this championship match where Steve Blackman has a chance to win championship gold, he hits D'Lo with a stick for the DQ.
Yeah.
Gets himself disqualified.
Yeah. He wants to lug that through an airport.
He hits a security guard with a stick.
John Dodson.
Yeah, and Draws goes after D'Lo, and Mark Henry and Nurse BB are checking on D'Lo.
Yeah.
Mark
Should have been
Henry,
Nurse DD.
Mark
Really,
Henry and D'Lo back together. Why?
It would have
Are
happened.
they back together?
Maybe Mark Henry was just out there pretending to care about him to make time with Nurse Beebe.
Could be.
I see.
But yes,
Yeah, he's
they had
sexual chocolate.
They had a match last night, and now Mark Henry's at her check on.
Okay.
Mankind's walking backstage. He invites Steve Austin to join the party, at which point Stone Cold Steve Austin, when he is having a bad night, politely declines.
Yeah.
The old Steve Austin stunned their heads off. He's gone soft. So,
Here we go.
I've been doing these shows for a long time now. And there have been times where in the middle of a segment, I have had to, for example, go for a walk or address my stress in some other way. This is the first time I've ever, going into a segment, liquored up. I pressed pause. I walked over to my counter. I selected a bourbon, or excuse me, a whiskey. I went with Crown Royal and a shot of Crown Royal and said, okay, now I am ready to watch This Is Your Life.
He was drinking on the job.
Do you know what this man is, Craig? This is a man who for the last year has not watched Raw and SmackDown in 2018.
Yeah.
That's what you are now, Vinny.
Good, thank you.
Go ahead and recap this segment, then I'm going to give you a dose of reality.
Okay. So, shot consumed. I press play. Mankind comes out. He's got balloons and shit. It says, in the six-pack challenge, he had put Mr. Sacco in The Rock's mouth. I think he also had a DDT in The Rock. He didn't know what he was thinking. He stayed up all night thinking of a way to make it up to The Rock. He asked The Rock to come out. Rock obliged, did his usual promo. Says, there's no apology necessary. I have a title shot later. I need to go prepare. What do you want? And that is when Mankind says, Rock, this is your life. And there is music and pyro and confetti and balloons and ballyhoo. So, Mankind asks, do you know who this voice is? And there's a voice asking if Dwayne would answer an important question. Out comes an old woman. We are told it is Rock's 6th grade home ec teacher, Betty Griffin. The graphic says she's an English teacher. Her name is Mrs. Schubert. And then Rock called her Mrs. Griffith.
It all happened.
I'm not sure if it was supposed to be a fuck up like that, because in a segment like this, you just never know. But I can't help but notice that from that point forward, nobody else got a graphic.
Right.
So I'm thinking it is possible that they told Mick to announce certain names, and he didn't think that there was going to be a graphic, so he just made up names, and then it was all fucked up.
Makes sense.
So Rock has bad memories of his 6th grade home ec class. Why? Because they made chocolate chip cookies and blueberry muffins, but he never got to make pancakes.
Hey, could be a serious issue, Vinny, if you really like pancakes.
Explained she was out of Aunt Jemima, that's what The Rock said.
Imagine if Vinny were watching SmackDown with the fucking New Day and those goddamn pancakes. Every fucking week there's pancakes out there.
For like a year now.
Jesus Christ, I'm sick of pancakes.
So, everyone's appalled when they said she was out of Aunt Jemima. He tells her to go to the SmackDown hotel and she leaves. Then we hear a voice of a grumpy old man telling Johnson to drop and do 20. Yes, I know the voice of grumpy old men very well. Thank you, Brent. Out comes Coach Everett Hart of the Freedom High School Warriors to Lex Luger's Made in the USA music.
Yeah.
Yes. So they claim this is the football coach who made Rock an All-American at the University of Miami. The Rock was not an All-American at the University of Miami.
Still wearing his whistle, but
Did they reveal that, or did they pretend like he was?
So they outright lied and said he was.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah.
can't believe that.
So The
What's
Rock
happened to this business?
The Rock tells the time about when he DDT'd the quarterback and the coach made him do sprints.
No shit?
Yeah, you can't do that, Rock.
especially this now.
Especially 2018. So he tells the coach to stick his whistle up his ass, tells Mankind...
You can't tell somebody that in 2018 either.
The point, it's a football joke, Brent.
I know, Vinny. But I'm pointing out that you can't tell
It's even
someone
more true now.
in 2018 to stick a whistle up their ass.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So Rock tells Mankind to get this over with. Mankind does not get this over with. They go back and forth about stealing lines. There's a voice about wanting to run her fingers through Dwayne's hair.
Wait, did you even mention who this is, or you just skipped?
I am about to.
Oh.
The voice first.
I see the lines. I got it.
Yes. Out comes Joanne Embriani
She was cute.
to the Narcissist music. They had Lex Luger's CD laying around. They just decided to use it tonight.
Ironic, too, as well.
Because, yes, that's what happened on Nitro. She used to love The Rock's tongue. She liked to nibble on his ear and neck.
The women loved this.
Yes, they did.
They were going crazy.
And then she told him to go for second base, but then cut The Rock off at second base. And now Rock says she wants to serve him poontang pie.
He cracks himself up with this line.
He cracked himself up.
Jerry the King Lawler
Thank you.
died for the first time on Raw here.
Jerry Lawler was happier to hear the words poontang pie on Raw than he has ever been to hear, see, or experience poontang pie in his own personal life. I guarantee you this.
Well, we don't know that.
Oh, I guarantee he's as happy as he was here. So Rock ejects this. What the hell was her name? Joanne Ambriani.
Very important to get that name.
But I'm a journalist.
I know.
Facts to report. So Mankind then says, all right, I admit the teacher was a bitch, the coach was a jerk, and your girlfriend was a skank. Now it is time for presents. At this point, it occurred to me. My shot of Crown Royal had worn off. This thing had gone so long. I
It
had started
wasn't that
sober.
long, for fuck's
God,
sake.
no.
Jesus Christ.
Open it up again. I got another shot here.
Are you new at this wrestling thing? Holy smokes.
Mankind got Rock a Rock and Sock jacket, got himself one. The crowd is chanting Rock and Sock. He debuts Mr. Rocco, which is a sock with Rock's face on it.
I thought it was a fucking puppet.
Turns out under the curtain is Yerple, the clown from one of the great segments of all time,
Yeah, the same clown.
from the Vince McMahon
That's very
show.
thoughtful of Mick Foley.
She goes up to put a sticker on Rock's shirt.
I like you.
It says, I like you, yes. But
I like you.
As she holds up the circular item to his shirt, look at you, you're so happy.
I didn't get it until Lawler was absolutely... This was the second most fun he had all night.
Yeah.
When he got to explain, I like you.
So as she is holding up her I like you sticker, Rock looks at the circular item and asks, is that a condom?
No. Yeah, Ross.
Ross.
Yes.
Yeah. So Rock says it doesn't matter what Yerball's name is, and now Mankind is upset.
Well, Vinny, that's the key there. He asked her what her name is, and he exploded. It doesn't matter what your name is. That set Mick Foley off. Of all the things tonight, he could not stand for Rock bearing this happy clown.
Well, they go way back.
Yes.
So he explains he has done all this, gone through all this work, all this time, all this money, all this trouble, trying to do something special for The Rock, and now The Rock is just mean to everyone, and quite frankly, very ungrateful.
It's true. I felt for Mick Foley.
Now Yerple is going to lead the crowd in singing Happy Birthday to The Rock. They bring out a cake, they sing the song. Rock says, my birthday is May 2nd.
It's true.
At this point, I have never been so happy to see Triple H.
Oh, my God.
Charges the ring with a sledgehammer. This was the old vaudeville hook to get a bombing act off stage.
Oh,
It's
Vinny.
Hunter with a hammer to chase them away.
Let me explain something to you, Vince. When this happened originally, some people thought this was the greatest thing that they'd ever seen, okay? These people were wrong.
I was not one of them.
Okay?
I knew it sucked at the time.
It was not great at the time. Now, here's the thing, Vinny.
Before you talk about Modern Raw,
I'm not going to talk about what Modern Raw. I just want to say that watching this today, on the 5-star scale, okay? 2 3/4 stars.
That's generous.
Hold on.
you left out the
Hold on.
negative sign.
No, 2 3/4 stars.
You thought this was a better than average segment, almost good.
Here's the key. It was
I may
not...
walk out of the studio right now.
Listen to me. It was not good, okay? You just fine. Hold on. 2 3/4 is not good.
Okay.
Okay.
It's almost good.
The whole thing was, this is the whole key to the next 19 years of your fucking life, Vinny. The Rock has so much fucking charisma. And Mankind was so great in his role that this honest to God, especially looking back 19 years, it was better than average because of The Rock and because of Mankind. if you take these two fucking guys out and you do this exact same skit,
I'll give you
it's
this.
minus like 1,000 stars.
I did have that thought.
That's what it is, though.
I do not think it was 2 3/4 stars, but I did think, you know what? Rock is not saving this, but it would be a billion times worse with any other human.
Yes, every fucking week I see something 10 times worse than this.
Rob just cursed.
I just saw something 10 times worse right now as I looked over and
Do we not have video for the show anymore?
What's that?
I got the Rob face.
Yeah, we got the thing stopped recording.
Oh.
Oh.
You know, I'm gonna just hang out here. I'm gonna hold that thought that I had
No, you're not.
about fuck it.
Yeah, it's in the butt.
All right.
Problems are being solved. Rob's on the case. I have faith in Rob.
Rob's on the case.
Yeah.
Why'd that happen?
Frightening words. My guess is there's too much. There's too many videos in the.
Damn it, Tony. Tony. Whoever's fault it is.
Probably turn my knob down too.
But I had his knob on the whole time, which I shouldn't have, because now there's going to be too much feedback and echo in this room. I'm going to leave it on right here while he clicks that damn mouse over and over again.
This is clicked, so I'm gonna go ahead and just start recording again.
All right, start recording again, Rob. Action. So anyway, Vinny, as a man who doesn't watch Raw and SmackDown, they do shit like this all the time, and it's 1,000 times worse than this. This had The Rock. This had Mankind. Now, the problem was, it had The Rock and Mankind, and it did like a giant rating. Okay? It didn't do the highest rating of all time like everybody says. It was like in the 7s. And the show at some point has done like a 9, okay? But because it did so good, they've done 25-minute fucking bullshit skits for 19 fucking years now, and they all suck. That's the point of this whole thing right here. This wasn't that bad.
That's a reason to knock it down.
This wasn't that bad, dude.
Put the blame for all the other bad segments on this one.
You're welcome to do that. Go for it.
Now, they really go 25 minutes. This one did. It's a long fucking time.
Yeah.
There's 25-minute segments on Raw every week.
Yeah, you should see.
No, I should not.
You see Bobby Lashley, and what was that fucking one with Lashley and was Sami Zayn?
I think it's his sisters.
That was
Oh my God, dude!
that was death television.
Now,
Imagine this skit, Vinny, without The Rock or Mankind. 3 dudes dressed up as women.
and Lashley.
Yeah, fuck.
Now, I will say this. It was not as bad as I remembered. I was going through the whole thing. My 3 thoughts were, this sucks, but sucks less than I thought. 2, it would be a million times worse than anyone but The Rock.
Yep.
And my third takeaway from all this was, I actually hated it. First, I was happy when Hunter came out and just ended the segment. Then I realized that was the whole payoff.
Yeah, that's the
It was
payoff.
25 minutes to set up Hunter chasing women with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Then I got angry again.
Yeah. Yeah, like, this whole segment, the punchline is Rock saying, "It's not my birthday," and Foley saying, "Every day with Rock is like someone's birthday." That was the payoff.
Yeah, give us a thumbs down and significantly less than 2 3/4 stars.
Oh, wow.
And this is
Come
the
on.
first time ever in a wrestling angle with a birthday
Hang on, wait, no, sorry, Craig. You drove up on the fucking Oregon coast today.
Yes.
You worked with your goddamn kids.
Yeah.
You started this show and determined the 25-minute segment with Rock and Mankind, This Is Your Life, was good. Was better than average.
Yeah.
I'm actually appalled by this. I've never argued star ratings with anyone or anything before. That was not a 2 3/4 star segment. That was a negative star segment.
Okay, Vinny, if you think so, that's
Thank you.
fine.
All right.
But I don't think so.
No, you must.
Because I watch worse shit than this on a weekly fucking basis. And
So that's negative minus 4 stars.
I watched Nitro first. And after this, I watched fucking Fabulous Moolah and Mae Young versus Ivory. I watched the Mean Street Posse running a fucking train.
All of
I
this
watched a lot of shit on this show.
all of that was better than This Is Your Life.
Oh, get out of here. You'll find out tomorrow on the board. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me.
Craig, I apologize for interrupting. My emotions overcame me.
I didn't give it 5. Or 7.
You gave 5 too many.
Oh, get out of here. What would you rate it, Craig? 5-star scale.
A 5-star scale?
Yeah.
Like a 1.5?
Eh.
That's still positive.
Vinny, get out of here.
I want to. I want to leave. I've lost faith in you two.
Oh, man. I should find a segment for you to watch.
I didn't hate it because at the time when I was younger watching it.
Crown to this show.
I
This show's worse than
enjoyed
that.
it because of Rock and Mankind's banter.
Exactly!
But I didn't love it like Brian does.
I didn't love it either. I gave it 2 3/4 stars.
Okay. The only thing I have to say about this,
The fucking...
they brought out a birthday cake. Nobody ended up in the cake. First time in wrestling ever a birthday cake was involved with wrestling.
That's
Nobody
true.
ended up in it.
That is your takeaway.
Should I give it another
25
4 stars?
minutes.
I had nothing to add because you rambled on for 7-8 minutes about this 8.
I'll do it again.
Hey, you know what happened on Raw last night?
Tell me what happened on Raw last night, Brian.
Brie Bella went all UWFI
I heard you about
she
killed
did.
on
somebody.
Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
And she just starts throwing fucking kicks and kicks her twice in the face and knocks her unconscious.
That sucks.
And then she drags her to the corner by her fucking neck.
That really sucks.
And then they throw her ass back in and do a fucking suplex. So yeah, this was 2 3/4 stars.
All right, no one died.
A highlight of entertainment.
No one was injured here in this 25-minute segment.
You're right, it was too long.
Nobody was injured except you, apparently.
Yeah, you're the one.
New Age Outlaws got a promo. Did I mention they're back together in Tag Team Champions?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
On Ghetto Tag Teams in the back, they don't think they deserve to be Tag Team Champions. They challenge any 2 grapplers to face them. The Hollies are watching. They are not certain if these men qualify as super heavyweights, and they leave to get their scale. So they go to commercial. They come back as the New Age Outlaws versus X-Pac and Kane.
Yeah.
Hollies come out in 3 seconds with their scale. They attack in 2 minutes with a DQ. And now DX and Kane are all buddies. And they beat up the Hollies.
Well, actually, it's X-Pac, Kane, and Billy are all buddies, and Kane just stands there in the background like a little lost child. All sad.
Red Rooster interviews Moolah and May. They say Terry, the Red Rooster, is too sweet.
Yes.
Now you know where the Young Bucks got it. They stole it from Fabulous Moolah.
And I think he stole it from DX.
They say Ivory is a tramp, and you're never too old to kick some ass.
I disagree.
You really can be too old to kick some ass. Most old people are too old to kick ass.
I saw it tonight on this show.
The show. When I saw the words, or I heard the words, non-title handicap evening gown match, shot number 3.
Yeah.
Ivory versus Moolah and Mae Young in a non-title handicap evening gown match. Mae
Yes.
Young at this point was in her 70s.
They were both 76 years old.
Mae is taking snapmares. She's hitting body slams.
On top of her head, by the way.
She got thrown over the top rope. I screamed.
Yeah, but you know what's funny about it?
She's alive. Well,
Nothing's
she
funny
was alive
about
then.
What's interesting about it is,
There you go.
so they're both 76. They're both almost 80 years old. Moolah actually walks a lot better than May. But May takes significantly better bumps than she does walking.
Yes, that is true.
It's weird.
Muscle memory.
She's Yoda.
Dude, I guess. She's bumping all over the place. She speared Ivory, ground and pound. There was a sweep in there. May with a body slam. She actually lifted her up and they both fell down. That was a cover. And then I wrote, Ivory rips off May's gown for the win.
No.
I later find out, Vinny, that it is a non-title handicap evening gown match where Ivory must trip both girls in order to win.
It's a non-title handicap elimination evening gown match.
Yes.
They left the word out.
Yes.
I'm Oda.
That is worse.
I don't want to get home.
This is worse than This Is Your Life.
I must disagree, because by the end, Moolah tore off Ivory's
Moolah
dress.
and May had no clothes on.
No, but Ivory had no clothes on.
That's true.
And Ivory was running around her thong.
She was in incredible shape.
And Ivory looked like a woman who looked good in the thong.
Yeah. Can't say that in 2018, Vinny. But if we were to say something like that,
Are you
that's
saying
what
she
we
was
would
bad
say.
in the thong now?
No, get
This
out of
was
here.
in 2000.
You idiot.
This was in 1999. It's okay.
So after watching China nearly naked, or watching Ivory nearly naked, China's backstage in her glittery bikini. She now looks overdressed.
Yeah.
More GTV. Val finds Mr. Rocco in a trash can, rolls it up, and stuffs it in his jeans to give him the illusion of having a Big Johnson.
Yeah.
So GTV, whoever this is, they knew Mr. Rocco was in a trash can, and knew if they left a camera there, Val Venus would walk by and take the sock and stuff it down his pants.
Well, the key, Vinny, is that GTV is everywhere. It's a series of cameras. Someone shows up at the beginning of the day and sets up like 80 cameras. Then they go and they look at every single one to find anything good.
That actually makes sense.
So
Yes.
this porn star didn't look impressive in jeans. So he stuffed his pants.
Can't be too. Can't be. Who cares? Jeff Jarrett and Tom Pritchard versus China and Deborah. I went to a seminar once with Dr. Tom, and he explained basically at no point in a wrestling match you should ever be standing still. Always be doing something. He says, I always like to fuck with my hair a lot. He just waves his hands through his long curly hair and just takes it around. So he comes out here for this stupid man-on-woman tag match, fucking with his hair. Just makes me laugh.
I tell a quick story. Try not to make it too long. I'll try and give the short version. I'll try not to fuck it up. So the Jake the Snake live Q&A. He tells a story. I'm pretty sure that every story that he told was absolute bullshit, which was disappointing because it's Jake the Snake Roberts. You'd think that, like, he could talk for 5 hours and only tell the truth in everything, but he had to go out there and just tell a bunch of bullshit stories. So he claims that when he was a young wrestler, just breaking in, he had to go to the locker room and just say, yes, sir, no, sir. Not ask any questions. And he said that every day he would see these guys and they would go and they would reach into their bag and they would put something in their armpit and they would go into the restroom. Then they would come out of the restroom, there'd be nothing under their armpit. And he was like, every guy does this. What the fuck's, what are they doing? But he's not allowed to ask questions. So he would befriend these guys and he would always talk to his friends and basically say, I always see these guys get in their bag and they put something in their armpit and they go in the bathroom and they come out and it's gone. What is it? Oh, I can't tell you. If I told you, they'd fire me. So he's constantly wondering what could possibly be in this bag. So finally, one of his buddies comes up to him and he says, Jake, I'm going to tell you what is in everyone's bag. But you are not allowed to let anyone know that I told you, because if they find out, they're going to fire me, and they may fire you. So he says, what's in the bag? It's everybody's package. And Jake goes, what? And he said, it's their package. Their package.
Their enhancement, if you will.
Exactly. So Jake's like, you motherfuckers. All you fuckers are stuffing shit down your pants and going out there in front of the women, and I'm out there with nothing in my pants. Fuck you all. So he goes into the locker room the next day, and he stands up and he just says, hey, fuck you all. I know it's in everybody's bag. It's bullshit that you didn't tell me. He gets this big fucking towel. He goes into the bathroom, and he stuffs it down his pants. He goes, not only am I going to have a package, I'm going to have the biggest fucking package in this locker room. So they have the match that evening. It's a battle royal. Everybody goes down to the ring. Jake's walking down, and he's shaking his package. Checking out all the women. You gotta be looking at my giant package. Gets in the ring, and they're about to ring the bell to start the battle royal, and all the guys all of a sudden go to the ropes, and they say, ref, check his trunks. Jake's like, no, don't you dare. And the ref comes over, and Jake's telling him, don't you fucking dare reach into my trunks. And the ref goes, and he reaches, and he pulls out this big fucking towel out of Jake's trunks. Everybody howls, ah ha ha! It's fucked. It's completely full of shit, but it's a funny story. You know what's funniest about it? Is I knew what was coming when he's telling the story. I knew the punchline as he's telling this joke. That's exactly what I expected. So for all of you out there in the locker rooms, next time you see Marco stunt, I want you guys to all reach into your pants, stuff something, and start walking. And nobody tell him, because I want to be the guy that tells him. All right, where were we?
So it's Jared and Pritchard versus China and Deborah.
Oh yeah, we're still on Raw.
Yes, we
Jesus
are.
Christ, keep going. It's like this is your life. That's what I just told the Mr. Rocco story.
China says if she wins tonight, she gets a title rematch and no mercy. Jeff apparently accepts. They go to break, they come back, Deborah comes out, huge ovation. She opens her jacket, Tom shoves Jarrett, China low blows Jarrett, Jarrett chop blocks her. Figure 4, Deborah pulls Jarrett's hair, Deborah and Kitty have a cat fight, China low blows Jarrett, Pritchard guitarist China who falls on Deborah for the win. And then I wrote here, Jesus.
Anybody get all that? China pin Jarrett, that's all you need to know.
Doing the Monday Night Raw walk, where they put the camera down low and back up, and the guy walks toward looking all mean, and Hunter on live TV nearly slips and falls on his ass on this camera.
Yeah.
Hunter versus Rock with Austin on commentary. They did a lot of crowd brawling. Hunter tries to get himself DQ'd with a chair, and then just hauls off and punches the ref in the face. Let's see, a lot of chair shots. Austin destroys Hunter, hits a stunner. There's a rock bottom. Everyone in the building is on their feet. Rock rolls over, makes the cover, and the ref slowly counts, and Bulldog interferes for the DQ.
Hey, this was a hell of a match. Beat the hell out of each other. Place is going crazy. They do all these moves. The ref takes a bump. The highlight is Austin gets in the ring and he gives a stunner, but the ref is down. So Austin gives a stunner and he goes back on commentary just so he can get on commentary and scream at the fucking referee to wake up. Get your ass up, Earl! Like, why don't you just go wake him up, dude? And he wakes up, does a dramatic count, Bulldog attacks for the DQ, at which point Austin says, and I quote, "Son of a bitch!" They want Hunter to win. He doesn't want to have to face Hunter. He's not a big enough star. He's a B-plus player at best.
Speaking of not a big enough star, Bulldog is so out of place in this whole thing.
He is. And you know what, everybody? That right there was the last Vince Russo Raw.
Wow.
It's over. He resigns the following Sunday.
How about that?
Yep. But it is not immediately turned around, because they still got his fucking format.
He had a format?
I mean, the format of, you got to make sure there's 85 things happening
I see.
in a 2-hour period.
Yeah.
Brian Vinny's music.
Oh, Vinny's music. I'd be happy to.
If only you would remember.
I got nothing better to do here. Where were we? All right, ready?
Yes. The finishes on this show were DQ with a psychic ref who called for the bell before the interference. DQ due to stick. DQ due to outside interference in 2 minutes. 1 fall to 1 fall win in an elimination rules non-title handicap evening gown match. Accidental pin by unconscious woman after guitar shot in man versus woman tag match. DQ due to run in World Championship main event.
Yes, Rob. You gestured to me.
Oh, I wasn't attending, John.
Okay, yep.
Hi.
I didn't turn you on.
Hi.
Did you try?
No.
Okay. Monday Night Show number 210, September 27th, 1999. Hogan arrives in a limo. They conveniently have a dozen children who all move as one like a school of fish.
Yeah, they all want autographs.
They all step forward. They all say as one, Hulk, can I have your autograph? Sure, I can. Cool. Sure. As this is going on, Sting, a 250-pound mime, creeps up behind Hulk and says, "Hey, Hulk, can I have an autograph too?" And Hulk Hogan, the dumbest wrestler I've ever seen, says, "Sure thing, brother," and turns around and Sting attacks him.
Well, Vinny, if you're signing autographs for a bunch of little kids, you probably would be fooled too. He didn't see the guy.
So Sting takes him out, whacks him in the knee with a baseball bat, and Hulk Hogan is the laziest selling ever.
Ugh. My leg, brother.
Several minutes pass. They send Mike Tenay to get an update on Hogan's knee. The update is, "Not now, Michael. I'm going in, brother."
Bobby Heenan is cackling that Hulk Hogan is crippled. He's just overjoyed that his leg has been broken.
Sting is watching on a monitor, says, "I didn't get the job done." Taps his bat on the table. The Cat runs down the crowd, demands a championship match or to beat up all the fans. They do Cat versus Chris Benoit. Cat's gear here was very close to Vinny V's gear.
Yeah.
A black singlet with baggy gold pants. His were leopard print, mine were just goldish orange velour. And he did not have white boots, but he had white tape over his ankles.
Oh, that. Maybe he went to Tacoma Discount.
He
World.
may have.
Yeah.
And he had the words Godfather
He did.
written on the
Yeah,
back
he's
of
the
his
godfather of soul.
So he managed to have a boring match with Chris
Oh,
Benoit.
come on. This was fine.
Benoit makes his comeback, which includes a 5-star lariat.
Hey, you know what? Let me tell you how great, as a professional wrestler, Christopher Benoit was. Shad at one point attacked him with water, okay?
Yes.
Not like last week where the big boss man attacked someone with a water pitcher
Right.
and broke glass over his head.
Got attacked, yes.
And he didn't even hit him with a plastic bottle. He undid it and he went like this, and water went in Benoit's eyes.
Yes.
Benoit made me believe that he had been blinded by water.
I will say this. I did see the match was boring, but I also wrote, look at Benoit sell for the cat and even more for Sonny Ono.
That's crazy.
Little tiny Sonny Ono, we've talked about how his kicks, like, they hurt you, but he's a small man. He throws a kick to Benoit's ribs, and Benoit's, like, flops 3 feet in the air.
Well, he's a martial arts master, Vinny. It was a
So.
pressure point
So,
below the ribs.
on the list of things that are not DQs, Sonny Ono hits the ring and jumps on Chris Benoit's back.
Well, Vinny, quite frankly, that should not be a DQ. It's Sonny Ono on Chris Benoit's back.
So, it leads to the cat hitting Sonny Ono with a shoe, and Benoit wins with the headbutt in the crossface.
I love that the Revolution was so confident that Benoit would win. They didn't bother coming to the ring with him.
I got a lot.
Yeah, well, you know,
We'll talk about the Revolution later.
Yes,
this was the best Shad match of all time.
easily.
Had a Sid video package. He had Buff Bagwell versus Vampiro. So they're in Atlanta.
By the way, where are the clowns?
That's a good question.
I think the story was that they tried to get a job with ECW and they were turned down, and WCW found out, so they fired them. I think that's what happened.
But they're back later on.
Well, it's WCW.
It's the clowns. They're clearly very persuasive about getting hired.
Yes.
Maybe that's why maybe part of it is they just ask all the time, will you hire us? Even though we already have a job here. So the highlight of this match, it's in Atlanta, buffs the hometown crowd, the hometown boy, sucks up to the crowd with a promo beforehand. It's a very average wrestling match, kind of sloppy in spots, but Vampiro hooks the chin lock and they're down on the ground. And the camera's right there. And Buff's lying there not moving. But he says, check me. And the ref reaches in, make sure he's alive. And Buff says, raise the hand. Nothing happens for a while. Raise it! And the ref starts dropping Buff's arm 3 times. It drops once. He lifts it, it drops twice. And he lifts it again, and Buff fires up. And Atlanta fires up, and they cheer this guy on. And they go back and forth a bit. Buff does some atomic drops where I think he was actually trying to break Vampiro's tailbone.
I think it's more that that right there tells you how important selling is. These are the worst atomic drops of all
Yes.
time, and it was not at all Bagwell's fault. Vamp could not sell an atomic drop. You sit on the guy's knee with your balls, and then you grab them. He could not do that.
Or your ass or tailbone.
Well, whatever, you know what I mean. It's supposed to be your balls.
It's supposed to be your ass.
No, it's supposed to be your balls.
It's a spinal
that's
attack.
a reverse.
That's a reverse atomic drop. He did the one facing him.
You ever fall on your tailbone? It sucks.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, when you're facing away from the guy, that attacks the tailbone. When you're facing towards the guy, it attacks your balls.
Brian, he did it.
Who cares? Who gives a shit? Keep going.
Buff wins the blockbuster. Everyone loves it. Wrestling
Both
needs,
atomic drop.
wrestling needs to bring back the drop the arm 3 times spot.
Yeah.
This is missing from modern wrestling in 28.
I do it.
So the announcers are jibber jabbering and bickering as they did for 3 hours nonstop in the show.
Oh, God.
And then we hear Tony.
I think it actually said,
Hey, Tony. Shivani looks around. Tony. And we see a video. It's like a window and a night and a speech about the beginning of darkness will fall upon you. For those of you who don't remember, Dustin Rhodes is now going to show up as a character named Seven. And we will get to this later, but this was the debut of Seven. So it was at this point on the show, right in the middle of this next angle, I decided I don't know if this is the worst day in the history of the Monday Night Wars, but it is for sure the weirdest.
Okay, I thought the voice and the thing that came next intertwined.
I do too.
I don't blame you.
I thought that was like Luger's voice.
There's a
From
funeral
the dead.
going on for Lex Luger. We see Lex Luger's body in a casket. We see a woman who, of course, is obviously Liz, but she's got the veil over her face and is dressed all in
He's
black.
wearing a lampshade.
Lex Luger's ghost sits up out of the coffin, delivers his own eulogy, says Lex Luger was a fine man and a great champion, but he is no longer with us. They teleport outside, where Liz throws flowers into a grave, and you hear Luger's voice over and over again, fine man, great champion, no longer with us, with us, with us. They go into the arena, where the widow removes her veil and mourning outfit to reveal Miss Elizabeth in a hot dress. She actually looked sad.
She did.
Did they not smarten her up? Did she think Lex was actually dead?
Vinny, she always looks like that.
Usually she looks like she's laughing. So, the point is, Lex Luger is no longer Lex Luger. He is now the total package. And he is doing the Chris Masters gimmick where he just flexes a lot. He has the receding hairline ponytail. And it's Lex Luger flexing in 1999. Like, I've been watching this for a decade now. And Tony says, wow, what a moment.
Is that
Tony said that, not Heenan.
Yeah.
is that why he's been coming out the last 2 weeks covered up completely?
It must be why. I thought he was not in shape. I was incorrect.
He's very lean. Lean and muscular. The doctor's backstage checking.
Can I recap this? This is just, oh god. Okay, you got to look at the whole thing, not just the segment, but the immediate aftermath. Hogan is having his looked at backstage.
His leg looked
it's
at.
Hulk Hogan and what did I say?
Having his looked at.
No, his knee looked at.
Yeah.
I said knee.
No, you didn't.
He's having his knee looked at backstage, okay? He's looking at his knee. The doc's looking at his knee.
Right.
Okay, so there's a doctor and there's Hulk Hogan.
Right,
And
looking
his
at his
fucking
knee.
knee.
Yeah.
All right. So Sting rushes in and he hits his knee with a bat. All right? Even then, would you shut up for a second? Sting rushes in, he whacks him with a bat and he runs away again, a thief in the night. The doctor screams, and I quote, "What was that about?" Okay? So Sting has run in, hit Hulk Hogan in the knee with a bat in front of the doctor. The doctor is baffled, okay? Sting flees. Hulk Hogan goes down. He's screaming, "Ah, brother!" Screaming and yelling about his leg. And they fucking go back to the announcers, okay? They go from Hogan having a broken leg via bat attack. They go back to the announcers, and Tony says, "Fans, grip and flip wrestlers on sale now."
Closed captioning were available, sponsored by Toy Boy Grip and Flip. Now, I will say this. In Tony's defense,
There is no defense.
I believe that was a pre-tape.
It doesn't matter. Don't air it there.
Well, that's fair. That's a good point. The one thing I can disagree with you on is Sting did not rush in and he did not flee. Sting slowly stepped in.
Yes.
Almost took a few practice swings, whacks Hulk in the leg, turns, almost looks into the camera. Look at the face. His face is, "I can't believe this dipshit fell for this twice in an hour." And he leaves. I laughed and I laughed and I laughed and I laughed.
This fucking guy needs to be put away for a long time.
Dean Malenko versus Rey Mysterio Jr. So they're out there with their gangs.
Yes.
Dean tells Revolution to leave. Ray says, "Filthy animals, you can leave too." Heenan just says, "Two stupid men."
Yes.
So I'm watching this match. It's not very long, but it's very good. And it occurs to me, Lenny Lane has been the Cruiserweight champion for months.
Right.
These two are doing nothing.
Well, no, Vinny. Dean Malenko is a main eventer with the Revolution. And he is flopping right and left. And it was made abundantly clear during this match that there is a role for Dean Malenko. It is not in the main event. It is not as a star. It is not with heavyweights. It is having good cruiserweight matches in the mid-card with small men.
Well said.
That's what this was. And it was great. Not everybody needs to be The Rock.
No, I agree, but you can probably be Cruiserweight champion having great matches.
Should
every
be
week.
cruiserweight champion.
That was my point. So, during this match, Sid and Steiner arrive in the cheapest, shoddiest rental car for wrestlers
Yes.
have ever shown to in a building.
Hey, I gotta give him credit. A year ago, they would have gotten a very, very, very expensive car.
They would have
destroyed that.
ruined a stretch Hummer last year.
At least they just destroyed a beater,
Yes.
as the Mean Street Posse would say.
Who wins the Oklahoma Roll and they shake hands.
I liked it. It was great.
Very good match.
Goldberg versus Hugh Morris.
Not a very good match.
Yeah, it was fine. Bill decided to do a dropkick this week. It was great.
And that sidekick that ends Brett's career in a few months.
That's also true. So Sid arrives, hits Goldberg with a chair, leaves. Goldberg somehow ends up bleeding from the shin.
Badly.
Yeah, he sells for a bit, kicks out of the moonsault, and then hits the spear and jackhammer and wins. Goldberg
sold
matches
for a bit. He sold for way too fucking long.
Goldberg matches are always fun.
It was fun because it's Goldberg, but that's like This Is Your Life with The Rock.
It did not need to go as long as it.
No, he's selling for so long that they killed the crowd.
And then he brought him back to life when he made his comeback.
Well, yeah.
They could have killed him for 3 hours. All it takes is one spear and one jackhammer. They're good.
Yeah, so don't do the heat. Hello?
So Goldberg calls out Sid, who does not come out.
There's one way to book Goldberg. It is not selling for 10 minutes for the laughing man. Humorous.
It is funny. Tony always pronounces it humorous.
He always. Always.
It clearly says Hugh Morris, and I get the joke. But he never even calls him Morris or
No,
Hugh.
he's humorous.
Humorous.
Yeah, like an arm bone.
He's giving the punchline to the joke.
An ambulance leaves.
What was that noise?
He was laughing.
I don't even know anymore. An ambulance leaves, and we are left to assume Hulk Hogan is inside. Yes.
Yeah.
At the Nitro Girls auditions in Atlanta,
Can you believe that these die in the ratings every week? It's astounding.
Crazy.
Nobody gave a shit about Salentria and Jamie Flowers.
Salentria?
That's her name. That was her name, Salentria.
I think it was, there's no N, it's Alexia, but who cares?
It was
I
Salentria.
always like that on my Mexican food.
Could you be more racist? I'm
it's a lot.
disgusted.
So Kimberly and Charmel are out there to plug voting. Evan Courageous versus Berlin. And a 5-minute video and entrance package for a 3-minute match.
This crowd was dead.
This crowd was dead and did not wake up for hours. So the finish was supposed to be Evan would go for a springboard move. The wall would punch him. He would fall down, and Berlin would hit the neckbreaker and win. Evan goes for the springboard. The wall is nowhere to be seen. Poor Evan has to slip and fall, and then try the springboard again. So this time Wall can punch him. You had one job, Wall. And it was punch Evan Courageous, a job many people would pay for.
Well, maybe he was supposed to punch him when he landed on the rope, but Evan actually slipped. They had to wait till he regained his footing and then punched him.
Anyway, eventually he punched him. Berlin won with a neck breaker. Brad Armstrong hits the ring. He gets destroyed.
Brad Armstrong.
Again.
What? Dude.
Goldberg gets Sid's car keys. Does anyone want to give any more detail?
No.
Yeah. David Flair is back.
He's on the phone trying to find Tori.
Trying to call Tori.
Filmed him.
He's trying to call Tori.
That was GTV.
Can't find her. Trying to get the number where she's at. She's clearly avoiding him. This took me back to high school.
Tori, are you there? Where is Tori at? She's not. I can't even do it! I tried! I cannot be as boring as David Flair.
Should I move on?
I'm determined to get it right, but I can't. I just can't. Damn it.
Harlem Heat and the Winton Brothers had a terrible tag.
Horrible.
Just awful.
Fucking terrible.
6 men with the rednecks, and 7 with a ref involved. I don't think anyone did their job right.
And then Stevie cheats with the belt to win. Aren't they the babyface?
I don't know.
Fuck this. Let's move on.
It was horrible.
Okay.
Hey, youngsters. Goldberg used the Yellow Pages
Yeah.
and used a landline, which we used to just call a phone.
I just used one.
Yeah.
You did, actually.
I still have one.
And he's told, he made a call, that's all we know.
Yeah.
Rick Steiner versus Van Hammer, who is so horrible, it sucks watching Steiner torture him.
So apparently this was supposed to be Sid versus Hammer. And Sid showed up and said, I got allergies.
What?
So he didn't wrestle.
Well, Steiner acknowledged this kind of in his promo. He said Van Hammer is supposed to wrestle Sid, but he's got better things to do, so you're wrestling me.
Yeah.
Implying Steiner had nothing to do.
You had to take an antihistamine.
Jeez. So, they're doing this match. It's really, really boring. And out of nowhere, Steiner just grabs him and suplexes him into the heavens.
Down to his head.
I ever mentioned how much I love Rick Steiner? He's the best.
Rick Steiner, while he was beating this man, was cackling to himself.
Yes.
It was awesome.
So, Charles Robinson is out there. He's Sid's buddy, and thus by proxy, he is also Rick Steiner's buddy. So as Hammer's making his comeback, he goes to throw a horrible punch. Charles Robinson hooks his arm to block it.
Vinny, I watched this like 5 times. That's not what happened. He was hooking him up. He was trying to hook him up for his full Nelson slam.
Okay.
That's why his arms went up. Charles grabs his arm to stop a full fucking Nelson.
Okay.
Tony Schiavone is aghast. He goes, he put him in a top wrist lock.
Yeah.
And there's a pause and he goes, whatever.
Yes, that's the point.
I can do Schiavone. I can't do David Flair.
A referee has just blatantly interfered in a match to decide the match, and Tony's only response is, whatever.
I laughed so hard when he said that.
You're so broken.
He is done.
Robert Schiavone and Heenan are both just destroyed. Steiner wins with the Bulldog. Mean Gene brings up Bret Hart for an interview.
Oh my God. So Bret Hart, we haven't seen him since Luger hit him in the eye with a bat.
Right.
Or in the face. And Gene goes, they show 3 replays of Luger hitting with the bat.
None of them looked good.
And Gene says, Bret, how are you doing? After Sting hit you with that baseball bat. I'm like, you watched 3 fucking angles and you don't know who hit him with the bat? Bret Hart, he got hit so hard in the face with that bat that I Googled it to try to find out if, like, he needed reconstructive surgery on his face. It was so brutal. They showed replay after replay after replay. Gene Okerlund then says, how's your face? And Bret goes, had a couple of stitches. Now, Luger and Sting, I'm back. I got no respect for you guys. You're the lowest of the low, the scum of the earth. Hulk Hogan is the Elvis. I'm like, the
he said Hogan is the Elvis Presley of wrestling. Flair comes out. Brett says Ric Flair is the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. At this point, I was certain that Bret Hart was turning tonight.
Yes.
There's no way he'd butter up to these guys if he was not. So Flair is extra crazy. All he does is scream the bad guys' names, do a move, and shout "woo."
Brett is howling.
Yes.
He cannot keep a straight face
He's usually
looking
so
at this idiot.
Stonewall, and he's smirking and cracking up, trying to hide his smile. It's great.
So he drops these elbows, fake low blows, and then screams, "Liz, you want to get in the ring? I'll ride you too, baby." And Brett's like,
And Shivani says, "Jeez."
"What the fuck?"
David finally reaches Tori.
Oh, God.
Where's Tori? Tori is hanging out with the filthy animals, who will rush over to surround her to tell each other to be quiet. That whole segment is these guys are giggling in the background, and David can hear them, and he can hear Tori telling them to shut up, but he doesn't know who she's with.
I wrote high schoolers, but it was more like
7th graders.
a teen girl sleepover.
Yeah, actually, yeah,
All right. So you got a teen girl sleepover on one, and you got on the other channel men running a train.
Yeah.
Yes, that's actually true.
It's a really fucked up time in this business, Craig.
Oh, so David says he'll see her when she gets there, and he hands the phone, and she's appalled. He hung up on me.
Yeah. And then she goes, "Ha ha 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 ha!" My Tory laugh.
It's a good one.
I can do Tory better than I can do David Flair.
Oh, I bet you could.
Get out of here.
Sid goes,
This is a family show.
fuck yeah.
Your comedy is so bad, Vinny. It's so predictable. Unlike the comedy on this show here.
Sid goes backstage to the lackey who had his keys and gave them to Goldberg when Goldberg just said, "Give me the keys."
I would give him his keys too.
Well, it's Goldberg. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But Sid says, "Where's my keys?"
We made a great movie.
Maybe
Maybe that's where I got it.
So where's my keys? The car guy says, "Goldberg took your keys." And Sid says, "Goldberg, oh good God," and he storms off.
So good.
How did Sid win worst on promo?
I fucking have asked that for weeks now. It's ridiculous. David didn't win?
Conan versus fucking Saturn.
Terrible.
This had to go longer than This Is Your Life.
Oh, finally you've seen the light.
It was better, but it's longer.
Oh, come on.
So Conan is blown up before they go to the first commercial break, but they still keep on going.
I truly believe Perry Saturn went out there with the thought in mind, I'm going to blow up Conan as quickly as
I can blow
possible.
Conan.
That's true.
Perry Saturn's the finely tuned athlete. I have no problem. I've seen Conan blow up coming to the ring before. So Saturn's out there with a dummy, a mannequin, trying to drag it to a match, which is basically, I'll put him in a hole, we'll both lie here, then it will suplex him to the sky. This match is so ungodly boring. The announcers are arguing about arguing. And
Sounds familiar.
Heenan says, or Tony says, "You love pro wrestling." Heenan says, "I love it because they pay me." Tony says, "No, you've been doing this for years. You've been doing it your whole life. You love pro wrestling." There's a long pause. And Heenan softly says, "I also love slamming my hand in a car door." There's a long pause, and Shawnee says, "I'm sorry about that, everyone." He touched a nerve. So this long, slow, boring, match,
This show's only going to get worse. I'm so happy.
it's going on forever and ever and ever. And then a bunch of random luchadors attack for the DQ. Ah!
I read in The Observer
Jesus.
that these Mexicans, okay, it's like Psychosis, Hoovy, Chavo.
Silver King was out there.
So apparently, they asked Disco Inferno to be part of this group. And he said no.
Why?
Because it's fucking WCW.
This would only be funny if he came out as just doing offensive stereotypes. If he came out with a sombrero. Oh, okay, so there's a brawl going on between the luchadors and the filthy animals and the Revolution. And then Shane Douglas pulls Saturn out of the fight. Revolution all shouts at each other. They leave, and I wrote here, "Man, a Revolution sucks. And I know what was to come later." Sid goes outside. His piece of crap car is still there. He looks around.
It was a piece of shit car.
I wrote crap. He looks to his right. He looks to his left. No Goldberg. He assumes everything is fine. He goes back inside. He still doesn't have his car keys. Goldberg has the car keys. So as he leaves, a tow truck arrives. After the break, they have loaded Sid's car onto the tow truck. Goldberg tells the driver, "You sure you'll bring it back by 11?"
Or no tip.
Mean Gene interviews DDP, brags about his wife, runs down the fans, brags about his partners tonight. That was it. Kidman versus Psychosis, mask versus hair.
Believe it or not, this actually did a really good quarter hour for WCW.
Well, I'm glad the fans at home liked it because the fans in the building didn't give two shits.
Well, they hadn't given two shits about anything for like at least an hour.
So Kidman's out there, his hair is on the line. If he loses, he's going to get shaved bald and humiliated in front of the whole world.
Yes.
So the only thing of note early, besides the boring chants, was Psychosis hitting a gourd buster and Shivani calling it a reverse powerbomb.
What kind of is, I guess.
So suddenly, Chavo is in the ring and doing a tornado DDT. Hoovie's in there doing a Hoovie driver. Where the hell are the filthy animals?
Well, it's ridiculous that they don't come out.
I got the filthy animals and Revolution confused, but they left their friend out there to just get to die.
Yes.
So he overcomes it all, fights them off, wins a shooting star, gets to keep his hair. The last 2 minutes of this were good. It took him a long time to get there. And everyone attacks Kidman, but he yanks off Psychosis' mask and he runs away.
Yeah, he did the... Well, what happened was...
I cut to the chase.
Kidman does his run-of-the-ropes bulldog and yanks the mask off in mid-move. So, here's my only problem with this here very quickly. It's a mask versus hair match. You build it up for a week, you get it off, okay? Psychosis loses, he refuses to take his mask off. So Kidman has to do a run-up-the-ropes bulldog and yank it off in mid-move. Awesome spot. So you know what happens? Psychosis whips his hair back for a moment. You see his face for a split second, and then he puts his hair back over his face, and he flees. What bullshit?
You never get to see his face.
Jesus, well, you see next week, but for fuck's sake.
So they're doing... Both shows had segments where people were walking backstage and things went haywire. Hunter almost fell on his ass. At this point, we see Sting, Page, and Luger, and they're walking, and it's a long shot. They're walking for a while. And they get closer to the camera, and closer, and closer, and closer. And now we get a close-up of Lex Luger's confused face. And you hear Page say, "We got a red light, my friend." And then it goes off. I don't know what happened, but
He was telling the cameraman to turn the goddamn camera off.
Aha!
Yes. Well, I don't know why he'd tell the cameraman. It's the production guys that are supposed to cut away from it.
Or maybe he's telling Lex the camera's still live.
I could have told him that too, yeah.
I think that's what it was. Sting in Total Package and DDP versus Bret Hart and Ric Flair. Hey, look, it's Sting Flair. And they did the exact same match at the Clash of Champions Braun and I just watched on Sunday.
Yep.
Or whatever it was.
Yep. They were just younger then.
They were much younger then. So, heat on Bret for a while. Flair gets a hot tag, and we're now, if we had not already been there, we are in the point of the Monday Night Wars where whenever there is a hot tag, everyone jumps up and looks up the aisle to see who is going to run in.
Yep. Well, I mean, hold on a second. You're right, Vinny, okay? But, and actually, this doesn't even count for the fans, but earlier in the show, Hulk Hogan is taken out twice by Sting, okay? Hulk Hogan says, "I'm going to the hospital." Right. Tony Schiavone says, "Well, we know he'll come back at the end of the show." So no shit, everybody was expecting Hulk Hogan to come out during this match. And you know what happened? He fucking didn't.
Not until the match is over. So the finish, you'll never guess, Lex Luger attacked Flair with a bat for the DQ.
Oh my god. Okay, so I can't read everyone's mind, but I've seen a lot of angry crowds. When there was a DQ at the end of a main event on Nitro, this was the most angry booing. This was not booing like they were booing the heels. This was red, hot, furious booing from these fans. Fuck you for another DQ, they were saying.
Someone who has more time than I do needs to go back through these shows and determine how many Nitro main events ended in DQs. It seems like it's literally every week.
Yeah,
For all year.
easily 90%.
So, Brett's in the Scorpion, Flair's in the Torture Rack, and Hogan limps out in his brace and beats up everyone on one leg. He clears house with a bat, and that's the end of the show.
You know what? Here's the key too, by the way. Here's the key too. I say it feels like 90% of, easily 90% of the finishes are fuck finishes or DQs, right? Someone like Mookie could very well go and look through all of them and say, believe it or not, it's actually only 64%. But the key is, it fucking feels
Yes.
like 90% or more. And actually believe it is 90%. There's no fucking way it's 64.
I can't remember the last time there was a finish on a Nitro main event.
It's just impossible, okay? But, like, it's just too much. And, you know, someone on the board who was reviewing this said this was the best Nitro of the last month. What?
No. That was a couple weeks ago.
A bad Nitro this was. A bad wrestling show.
Now, all of that said, I was mistaken earlier when I said the show was over.
No. Not yet.
There's 10 seconds left.
Oh, yes.
The greatest 10 seconds of any wrestling show I think I've ever seen. Sid leaves the building. I guess he found his keys finally.
Sure.
He opens the door, he steps outside, we only see his face. Oh my god! What happened to my car? The camera zooms out. His car has been flattened. Smushed into a cube.
Yes. His piece of shit car.
A piece of shit car is not a piece of shit cube. He is out there screaming, Goldberg! Where are you? Goldberg! And he looks to the sky. Goldberg! That made both shows worth it.
So bad.
So no, that was the best.
I mean, it was amazing. I'm not gonna lie. But God, you know what this was? It was one of those things that we see every week nowadays on Raw and SmackDown. This feud's gotta keep going, so we gotta come up with a story. I got it! Goldberg is gonna take Sid's keys, steal his piece of shit car, send it and get it squished into a cube and brought back at the end of the show. And Sid's gonna be mad. Oh, people will buy this pay-per-view in droves. Booking.
Who cares?
Storytelling.
I got to see Sid scream
Emmy!
Goldberg's name by himself in that parking lot. Oh, God, let's do our finishes.
Are you ready, Vinny?
Yes. The finishes on this show were submission after botched interference, clean pin by a hometown hero. No, clean pin. Clean pin by another hometown hero.
God damn.
Pin after interference,
It's impossible.
pin after belt shot, pin thanks to crooked ref, DQ due to Mexican invasion, pin despite interference in a mask match, DQ due to belt shot.
Are you telling me that they got rid of Eric Bischoff and now people are winning in their hometown and the fans are happy about it?
Shocking.
Son of a fucking bitch. That's crazy. You know that's the wrong way to do things, Vinny. You must be beaten in your hometown.
It's the only way to get heat.
Heat!
Yeah.
All right, we're out of time, everybody. What a show. What a show this was.
This covered a vast majority of...
Indeed it did. I hope you enjoyed it all. We're going to be back on Thursday with another one. Myself and Vinny, NXT, and the Mae Young Classic. We saw Mae Young Classic.